Greetings, good people. If you are new here, welcome. If you are not, welcome back. All right, it's hot topics time. So let's get straight into it. First up on the lineup, I'll be sure. Okay. Now, let me tell you the interesting thing about this post. Okay. This post was originally put up by the Jasmine brand, but it has since been deleted. Okay. I had it saved prior to the deletion, and for some reason, it's still staying up on my computer. So this tab is open. I didn't want to refresh and close it. I went to the Jasmine brand's website and it's not up there. All right. So let me hurry up and report this story. So basically, I'll be sure is claiming that Kim Porter, okay, who is the mother of his son, and she also has children with Diddy. She passed away years ago, and I'll be sure has been trying to get the story out that there's some foul play behind her passing. Okay, so he posted all of this. Like I said, this is per the Jasmine brand. I'm not keeping this up long because it's not on their website, nor is it on their Instagram page. So he's basically saying that there is a firm that is intentionally suppressing him and news regarding Kim Porter's passing. So this is just one post, diabolical. Remember when I stated there was the most expensive PR media campaign initiated to conceal evidence, discredit, silence, and drag me through the national media when I exposed all of the deplorable activity and then stood 10 toes down about Kimberly's alleged M word. All right, I don't even want to read this no more. But I'll be sure he had suffered some serious health complications. He had a transplant. Was it a kidney transplant, if I'm not mistaken? Liver transplant. And he was in the hospital for a very long time. He is saying that there's some foul play behind that. Listen, if y'all want to take a screenshot of this, take a screenshot. Because I just feel a little bit eerie that this story is no longer on the Jasmine Brand's Instagram page or on their website. Okay. So if you was able to take a screenshot, pause, take a screenshot and read it, feel free to do so. But I'll be sure has been very vocal that there has been some foul play regarding Kim Porter's passing. I mean, everybody on social media has been talking about it. There's a lot of YouTube content creators and blogs posting about that still till this day. Okay, so I don't know, y'all. I wonder if, listen, if anything else happens to I'll be sure, then we know something is up. All right, moving along. Okay. Speaking of Kim Porter, I'll be sure Diddy. Diddy is, once again, he's been denied bail. All right. So he is willing to put up $50 million, be on an ankle monitor, surrender his passports. He got victim number 3, who was supposed to testify in the trial on behalf of the prosecution. She went MIA, Gina. She turns up writing a letter saying that Mr. Combs is a great family man and he's a provider and he's not a harm to society. I thought that was stupid anyway. So the judge is saying, yeah, no. All right. The judge is basically saying that Diddy and his legal team failed to prove that he's not a danger to society. All right. So this is this long, lengthy statement from the judge. I'm not reading that. You guys can read it, take a screenshot, or go to the Shade Room. It's posted on the Shade Room. Okay. What I do want to get into is this comment here. This comment, among others, was very interesting. So someone posted, whether you like him or not, this ish ain't okay. Cheeto, Epstein, Weinstein, Michael Jeffries, and his husband and assistant can get bail, and all of these Wahite men were either found guilty or have current charges with real evidence. Then why isn't Diddy getting the same treatment? We need to call a spade a spade. Hashtag racism, okay? And this statement is correct. You know, a lot of people have been saying the same thing. Let Diddy out on bail. His sentencing is not until October. And some people feel that he should be let out on bail, especially if he's willing to be on an ankle monitor. Although this statement is this comment, I agree. I agree with what you're stating. However, I've been saying this on almost every video covering Diddy and his attempts at bail. There are 2 justice systems in these ghetto states of America. Okay? One for them, one for us. Right? And don't you ever get it twisted and think that you have so much money and you've moved on up like George and Wheezy into a tax bracket, so much so that you will be absolved of any discriminatory practices. That can go for anyone, okay, regardless of your ethnic background. However, for the sake of the argument, I'm talking about Diddy. And for whatever reason, the powers that be made him feel so powerful and untouchable. And do I think that this all kicked off because of some lawsuits that he filed against some injustices that he was experiencing business-wise? Yes. However, if you don't give them any ammunition, then they have nothing. So like I said, I agree with this statement. However, it is what it is. Okay. Someone else, this same person said the even crazier part is the former owner of Abercrombie and Fitch is now allegedly too incompetent to stand trial. If you guys are not aware, the former owner of Abercrombie and Fitch was accused of heinous acts. I think it was proven, allegedly. I don't know. But there was enough evidence for him to basically still be behind bars, but money talks, and he has the complexion for the protection. Okay, rest in peace, Paul Mooney. All right. They go on to say they have documents showing how he, his husband, and assistant would do all types of things to straight men. You see it there. Yet they were given bail and has been out since last year, and they never served a day in jail. See, again, this is proof. Two different justice systems in these ghetto states of America. Okay. So unfortunately for Diddy, he will have to stay behind bars until his sentencing. And now it is being reported that Diddy is he's being ill-treated in jail. Well, he's grown accustomed to a certain level of living and a certain lifestyle. So I'm pretty sure jail or anything below his standard of living is considered deplorable. But I don't think the judge cares. The way that this judge is seeming to me is that they're going to hit him with some heavy time. Maybe not. It's in October. Sentencing is in October. So we shall see. What are your thoughts? Do you agree with the commenter regarding the Abercrombie and Fitch former owner? Now he's trying to plead insanity, I guess, saying that he's not competent of standing trial. That didn't work for Tom Girardi. Tom Girardi was still sentenced to jail, if I'm not mistaken. He tried to play crazy like he had dementia. Anyway, that's a whole different topic for another day. Let's move on to the next topic on a lighter note and a more beautiful note. Hashtag Black Love. Okay. Our girl Monica, aka Miss Thang, if you know, you know. Okay. Seemingly got married. It appears that she got married. Okay. It appears that she tied the knot with Anthony Ant Wilson. Excuse me. Who is this? I don't know who this is. I wasn't aware that she was dating anyone. And maybe that's a good thing because maybe she was keeping it secret. I don't know. So a lot of people, some people know, I guess in her inner circle, who this is. I saw these same photos on her Instagram page and she looked absolutely lovely. So this comment was under Monica's, in Monica's comment section on her Instagram page. And it read, "Shout out to everybody at the courthouse that got us in and out without a problem." And Monica responded, "Yes, everyone was so kind," something like that. And in the comments on her IG page, everyone was saying, "Wait, what? Y'all got married? Congratulations, this, that, and the third." So take a look at these beautiful photos. Monica's makeup looked great. He looked nice and sharp in his suit. So are they married? Is she confirming that, yes, they got married? I say keep them guessing, Monica. Monica ain't too out there with her business like that. And she doesn't mind clearing up anything if she feels the need to. She definitely will jump down in the comments. So this is a beautiful thing to see. It looks like maybe they did get married. Where the ring is? This is beautiful. Either way, if that's the case, yes, here's the comment right here. They were amazing. Congratulations to you, Monica. I really like the whole going down to the courthouse, you know, minding our business, going to the courthouse, getting something to eat, and going back home. You know, all the hoopla with the big weddings, it's nice. It's nice to experience. It's nice. But sometimes people just don't want all of that. And this is her second marriage. Hey, what happened to C Murder? Remember there were rumors that they were engaged? Anyway, good for you, Miss Monica, aka Miss Thing. Congratulations and shout out to Black Love. I wish you a lifetime of matrimony and heavenly bliss. All right. Let's get into the shenanigans, baby. Let me tell you something. This Basketball Wives Chantel Christie story, it just keeps going and going and going. Okay, so this is Ming Lee. She is one of the cast members of this season's Basketball Wives LA. Okay, she basically feels betrayed by Chantel Christie. Okay, she felt that she was betrayed because Chantel basically lied. Okay, we all know that Chantel was not truthful. So this is a little clip from Ming Lee's channel. The full video is on her YouTube page, 10 minutes long. This is a little clip. So let's get into this, and then I'm going to definitely share my thoughts. Like to hear it? Here you go.
Problem with Chantel is that you lied. Like, you came down to that room after the altercation.
Yeah.
And you manipulated me. Watching it back on TV, I felt like I was manipulated. And I felt like I've texted you and checked on you. And at no point did you say, hey, remember when I said that my mom just punched me or pushed me? It was because she didn't. I actually pushed her first. And I know that you, at some point, found out because you even said that your dad was requesting to see the footage and he wanted to see who was telling the truth because you had your side of the story and your mom had her side of the story.
Right.
And if you think for 1 second that any one of my friends could ever disrespect my mom in front of me, no matter if me and her arguing or not, or no matter how many conversations I have with my friends about my mom, about my frustration, you think that the next time my mom is in their presence that they can call her a bitch?
I beg your pardon?
Okay.
Absolutely not. My problem with Chantel.
You heard what she said. First of all, that one little clip, shout out to the Neighborhood Talk for getting that clip. Like I said, the full 10-minute video is on Ming Lee's channel. First of all, yes, Ming Lee, yes. Also, Ming Lee posted an apology to Jackie Christie when she actually saw the entire episode. Okay, so when the episode aired, I'm assuming that's when the ladies, it's safe to say that's when the ladies actually see the full episode. They watch it when we, the viewing public, watch it as well. They don't get like special ahead of time view of the episodes. So shortly after the episode aired, Ming Lee posted an apology onto her Instagram page. She apologized and stated that she was under the impression that what Chantel told her was the truth, which was that Jackie cold-cocked her. Okay, so here she's going on to say that she was manipulated and she reached out to her, checked on her after, I'm assuming after the season wrapped, before the season aired. And she said, at no point did you let me know, like, look, I lied to you, girl. I shoved my mother and she hauled off and cold cocked me. Okay. And listen, I love the fact that Ming Lee is doing this. And like she also said, and I rock with this too, regardless of what I'm going through with my mama, I'm not going to let anybody sit up and disrespect my mother. And I'm not going to be associated with anybody that does that either. So I agree with her on that 1,000%. And I'm glad that she is saying it loud and proud. Now, here's what I want to get into. Okay. She said that Doug Christie heard what happened and he requested to see the footage. That lets me know, and this is pure speculation, but it's a strong speculation. If Doug Christie wanted to see the footage, he definitely knows his child. Listen to me. Every mother and father, and also parent, because there is a difference in my world, knows their child. every parent is your hands-on with raising your kid. Anybody could be a mother, anybody could be a father biologically, but I'm talking about a parent, hands-on, right? Every parent who has raised their children and are raising their children, you know your kids. Whether you want to publicly admit certain things or not, you know deep down in your bone marrow, you know your children. Somebody could come to you and tell you little Leroy did X, Y, and Z. And you may want to protect little Leroy and say, my son would never. But deep down in your bone marrow, you like, yeah, I know little Leroy did it just like his daddy. You know your kids. So to me, it seems that Doug is like, nah, I got to see the footage because I don't believe that my wife, because you know he goes hard for his wife. I don't believe my wife would just haul off and hook off on you. Not to mention, he has lived amongst them for Chantel. Obviously, he's been with Chantel, been in Chantel's life for her entire life. So he knows the situation. He knows how his daughter is. He knows his kid. So that is very interesting. And I'm glad that she also pointed that out and the Neighborhood Talk was able to get this clip as well. All right. So here's what I want y'all to do. I want y'all to drop down in the comments and share your thoughts. I'll be sure. Diddy not getting bail. Are you surprised at this point? Monica Miss Thang getting married, allegedly. It hasn't been confirmed. At the time that I'm recording this video, it hasn't been confirmed. And the hot topic, Ming Lee, okay? So good for her. I'm glad that she is speaking up for herself, and I'm glad that she is separating herself from the other ladies. She also mentioned on social media that the minute that she apologized to Jackie, a few of the ladies unfollowed her. I don't know if she, at the time that I saw that, she didn't specify who, but I'm not surprised. And I'm telling you, one by one, them girls is going to start to kind of like be quiet. No one's loud now. They were loud when they were in everyone else's business. And Ming Lee also stated that this is proof that she should have minded her business and she should have stayed out of family business. So she did admit that as well. Ming Lee, you are right with me, girl. You are all right in my book, okay? And I agree with you. I'm not allowing anybody to disrespect my mother, regardless of, if we don't have a tight relationship or not. But, it's easy to say because it's not like I do have a tight relationship with my mother. So it's different, so, but I respect it though. I respect what Ming Lee is saying. Oh, I could go on and on and on about this, but I'm not. For the sake of time, I'm going to end it here, but I definitely want to hear from you. Drop down in the comments and share your thoughts. That Chantel Christie is something. She is really something. Anyway, I'm signing off, y'all, and I'll talk to you later.